Remaining survivors. Um, let's look at some stuff here. I killed a zombie outside the base. It just a normal zombie. It dropped a loot chest. It had a wire tool and and not one of them. The can being bat schematic. Now, so I dropped this stuff here and I went look for the to switch the Cannibal bat, which is 50 and 50, with the weighted gear bat with 75, but only on the power attack. Now here's the deal. These two are not incompatible. The gear bat is incompatible with the speedball bat. It's not changing anything in attacks per minute though. Let me see something here. I don't have to look at anything. Yeah, this is noticeably slower, but not that much, in my opinion. Um, I mean, I would really like to use the speedball bat. It's a really nice mod to be able to attack faster. But with these pharaohs, I'd rather have this. Like, it's a 50% here, 75% here. Uh, if these are applied separately, chance for stunning is stunning. Pun intended. Okay. Now, it's yellow there. The zombie drops to the ground. That's he got stunned. That's what stunning does. There are two types of stun. One it drops to the ground. The other it kneels down. Yeah, we can do some testing on this regard. I think I'm gonna move corn here because this corn I want to make bedding because I'm gonna need a lot of bedding. So keep it separate for now. The chicken I had was female. Um, there's a pig here in my farm. Farm is ready, by the way. Well, obviously. And the cabbage. I'm gonna leave it here because there's no recipes. I think I'm gonna backport things from 5.1 because 5.1 would require a game restart. I don't want to restart. So I think I'm gonna backport stuff from 5.1. I really need to keep the buffer code here. Cold can be really tough. Oh yes. That's this 0. Is debug menu on or off? It's on. It must be something with Ravenhearst. The key for zombie stats is not working. Oh no, you know what it is? It's a server thing. A server thing. Oh. But above all, I just cannot stand this. I just cannot stand these sizes. It doesn't work for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 6 here. Okay. I think things should be at least this size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm gonna change those blocks upstairs to be like this. Drop some schematics here. One mod. Radiation sign I like very much. Yeah, works for me. And I have ammunition of the type that is going to go here. So let's see this, and this one as well. I'm also pissed at that one. The gun safe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 64. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 56. This is crappy. And the blocks above. So I got on the debug menu and then I press F3 until it shows that thing there. That's a debugging thing. I mean, you can check so much stuff here. Focus block, player data. I don't want player data. General, map, seed, memory used. SP, I don't know what SP does. Probably need something else. Chunk information. Cache. Focus block. Selection. Selection is interesting. That's curious. And stealth information. So there's the light and there's the noise. And then here there's a bunch of internal counters of the game that you can look like. See what's really happening in the game. And you can search here. Find stuff there. Anyway. The important part there is focus block. So container R8 ammo box. And then did I drop everything? Kind of want to leave most of the money here. Well, not container, CNT, which stands for container, R8, which stands for Ravenhearst, and ammo box. Now here it's saying it's air. So in this case, you need to press shift and then it's going to focus on the right block. When it says air, it's usually because it's focusing on the block before the block you're pointing at. It's like when you're placing a wood frame, it's showing where the wood frame will be placed, not the block you're pointing at. So press Shift CNT, which stands for container, R8, Ravenhearst, kitchen cabinet, container, Ravenhearst, cupboard cabinet. This one is not Ravenhearst, it's the cupboard corner. And this is the cabinet bottom. And they all are very crappy, in my opinion. This has more space, but not nearly enough space. I mean, I should really use the meats instead of keeping it here, but still, I don't like that. And there is then that barrel. It's a nice barrel. I think this actually has a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is decent sized. This one is decent sized. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mod Ravenhearst to get decent sized containers, because the alternative is to simply place either crates like these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same size of the chest. So either place crates like this or storage chests. And I don't want that. I want to have a house that looks nice, but I can store the stuff in it instead of resorting to, I mean, this is the size of a crate, right? But I want to look good. I don't want to look like a crate. And with the current sizes, I just cannot handle it. I just cannot handle it. All right. Now I think of it. This room is empty. I think of moving stuff here. Could move the chemistry station and all the gun stuff. Sad thing is that the gun safe is down there, but I can make a gun safe. It's not even that expensive. But that doesn't look to be the vanilla gun safe. So maybe Ravenhearst changed the recipe. Okay. That's obviously a roaming horn. So I'm gonna handle these guys here. And I'll be back later. Oh guys, I decided to switch to server from single player to server to hunt for those chickens. So what follows is instructions on how you can do that yourself for Ravenhearst. And this is a local server. Now, mind you, you don't need to install a server to play with your friends. You can start a game on your computer if it's powerful enough. This option here is not rented servers or anything. Um, this server that I'm installing, the only advantage it gives you is that you can install server mods on it. That's all. So that's the map I want. First off, you go to your library on Steam. You're going to Tools. On Tools, you're going to find 7 Days to Die dedicated server. Now you're going to install that, and you're going to, if you're playing Ravenhearst 5.0, that requires Alpha 17.1. So you have to come here and select Alpha 17.1. Okay, I'm not going to do this because it's going to download everything again, and then I'm going to have to switch back and I'm going to download everything again. Um, um, yeah, maybe I'm going to do that. So let's do this. Alpha 17.1. Now it's going to download this. Meanwhile, you have to find Ravenhearst. Okay. So you Google for it. It's currently 5.1, but 5.1 installs on 17.2, so you don't need the stuff you don't need to do this stuff here to move to 17.1. So, but if you do want oh, here, dedicated server links for 5.0 for 17.1. Okay. And these instructions are going to be the same for any mod you want to do. If you just want the server, you don't even need to do anything. Just have this installed and that's enough. Okay, so you're going to go here and then you're going to select the version of Ravenhearst you want, and you're going to download that. Okay, I'm not going to download it because I already have it. It's here. You're going to extract this file, and I have that here as well. So this is the contents of that compressed file. This, in this case in particular, is the dedicated server links for 5.0, for Alpha 17.1, 4K texture pack server files. So this is the 4K, 5.0 4K, dedicated server files, server. So there is the stuff here. Okay, now let's do the following. Let me go to the desktop. I'm going to create here a folder called My Ravenhearst Server. Well, the name I chose is R8 5.0 server, but I have that already. It's configured. I don't want to change anything there. Okay, so create a folder here. Now, go to Properties, Local Files, Browse Local Files, and then there is all this stuff here, 7 days to die dedicated server. Just select everything, copy, and then go back to your Ravenhearst server, paste stuff on it. Okay, so you made a copy of the 7 days to die dedicated server on my Ravenhearst server. Now, my dedicated server, there is something in it that is not present on, on, on vanilla, which is this mods directory. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this thing here. You're not gonna have this mod directory on your dedicated server. Since I already copied that, I can now opt out and it's gonna download stuff again. So let's go back here. So everything here is copied, and now I want no, that's not the one I want. Okay. Not that, not that. Okay, I'm going to downloads. Let's find that Ravenhearst again. So this is the Ravenhearst server files. You're going to find the directory that has this server data mods readme. It's pretty much the same as this. Well, less files, but similar files, right? So copy everything here, go here, paste it here. It's going to ask you to overwrite files or skip them. You're going to select to overwrite. This destination has 129 files with the same names. Replace files in destination. Okay. So next step. Now you want the server mods. Okay. So search again for, first of all, 7 days to die unlocks server fixes. I'm going to find a link here, and it's a little bit bizarre here. And you have to check the version here, right? So at the moment, every version since Alpha 17.0 B221, which was in the experimental, uses the most recent version, okay? So for now, everything is using the most recent version. And these are, like, there are 3 versions here. This is not 17, 20, 30s. One is version 17, something else is version 20, and something else is version 30. There's the common functionality version 21, web map version 31. There's something else there. But anyway, for now, everything works. So I can go here to download. We're going to download this, and this file is a .tar.gz file. This file is not commonly opened by many compressors, so if you cannot open that, you have to find one that does open it. Again, the one I use is called IZArc. So server fix is here. This is this IZArc. You're going to uncompress that. I'm not going to repeat that. So just come here, and it has this mods directory. Okay, so you copy that, and you come back here on this guy here. Now, Ravenhearst does come with mods, but these are Ravenhearst mods, right? So in this direction, you paste the mods. So mods here, copy the mods, paste it here. There's no files that are going to be overwritten. This is going to add these allocs directories. That is enough. That is enough. Now, I do like to use something else. 7 days to die, bad company server manager. Okay, so click here, it's going to jump to the forum. This is version 371 for alpha 17.2. It's not the version I want, but jump here on this version. You have to scroll down. Compiled for 72 experimental, so keep scrolling down. Compiled for build 238. Build 238 is the last, next to last build of alpha 17.0 experimental. So this one is 17.2, does not work. This is 17.0, 17.1. This one works. Then you're going to download here the BC Manager zip. Again, I do have that downloaded. BC Manager zip is going to extract into, I must have moved instead of copied. So let's do this again. Extract. Okay. So here's the BC Manager. The BC Manager, instead of being copied to mods, instead of being copied here, you have to go inside mods and copy it here. And there's the BC Manager. Again, this is optional. You don't need this. And after copying BC Manager, but it provides interesting functionality, right? It provides some very useful stuff. You can read the guide. Well, this is explanation how to install it on dedicated server. Yeah, there's information somewhere here. Actually, I think on the original web page there's information, all the commands that it adds. Yeah. Now I want the bad company SM web UI, and you need to go to the releases, and there's just version 1 and 2, and this is 2017. You just download BCM UI here, and you go here to BCM UI. So this one has a mods directory, and it has a logs web map rendering, but it has some BCM stuff. So if I go here to a logs web map and rendering web server, there's no BCM stuff here. So go back here, copy mods to here, mods on the same directory that has mods, and it's already copied. That's pretty fast, pretty small files. So BCM files is here. So add some additional stuff to the web functionality. Now, once that is done, you want to start the game, and my Ravenhearst server. Yes. So copy this. Yes. Keep this here. Gonna need it. Now, there is a file here called start dedicated, and there's a server config file. You have to edit this. You have to edit a bunch of stuff, but we're going to start with start dedicated. Actually, no. Going to edit this. Okay. So this is the server config file. We are going to change some stuff here later, but first find terminal window enabled where it's written false there, write true, save that. It's going to make stuff easier. So start the game. It's going to start it's going to start a Navis game world, which is the default. Now, this is going to show here, start a server. It's going to take a while here. I'll be back when that is started. It's going to be scrolling. I'll show you guys what is going to display when it's finally started. And if it's not showing this stuff here right away, then you did something wrong. You probably put incompatible versions of the 7 Days to Die server on the Ravenhearst. For example, you installed 5.0 on 7 Days to Die 17.2, or you installed Ravenhearst 5.1 on 7 Days to Die Alpha 17.1. So well, incompatible stuff. I'll be back. All right, guys. You see here, start game done. When this is displayed, then the server is up. And it did create some stuff here. I did not want to do that. Okay, I do need to do a change here. Let's do shutdown here. I do not want it using the save game. I do not want it using the save game on uh, the default save game directory. That that was bad. Um, so what I'm gonna do here is gonna come here to this line here, start 7 days to thy server. There's a bunch of things here. And I'm gonna put here save game folder saves dash save game folder space saves space or equal, maybe equal, folder equal saves. Config file has an equal here, so let's put saves here. Save that. Also gonna remove this pause here because it's just want the that window to close. But the important thing is the dash save game folder is equal saves. It's going to create a saves folder here. It's already created, as you can see. And it's going to do everything again. So this is starts as a server. It's the same point we were last time. Not the server started because it's having to create the game again. It first created on the default location, and now it's creating here on the saves directory in the my Ravenhearst server, which is much safer. So I'll be back. All right, guys, server started. Now, if you go here on saves, it created two files, server admin and web permissions. And then there is this file server config. All these files will have to be edited, all of them. So I need to open this. So server admin, web permissions. Actually, no, web permission doesn't need to be edited, so never mind that. So we're going to edit this stuff, but let's start with server admin. First, there's this line here, which is the admins. And if you're playing local, you just want to be the admin so you can do everything. It's easier, right? Now, for that, you need to add your Steam ID here. So I'm going to copy this without these arrows here on the corners, right? So just this. Now, that is not my Steam ID. To get your Steam ID, you come here to your profile, and there's going to be an URL here. You're going to copy that. And if there's no URL, you're going to go to settings, and I think interface, display Steam URL address bar when available. So make sure this is checked here, interface on the settings. Okay, so do that, and then come here and do Steam ID Finder. Right, and there's a bunch of Steam ID finders available. Just go to one of them. Um, there is one that you can just log into Steam and it's going to show your stuff. But instead, let's do this. You paste that thing there, click Get Steam ID. Ah, let me see if it's work without them. Oh, it just needs, so the ID is DC Sobro here, so maybe just wants this. Yeah. But there's a different one that wants the URL. So steamid.io. On this one, you can paste the URL and you enter the number here. And you want this big number here, the one that looks like the other one. So Then you come here and replace this number with your Steam ID. You can also get this Steam ID from inside the game. Okay, so I have this Steam ID here. You see that it loads the file right at the same time. Um, I don't need this. So click on this gray bar here and click shut down. You can shut down the server for now. Well, as you heard, the voice went buggy as soon as I shut down the server. That's why when you exit the game, the voice gets buggy. So it seems it's related to the server as well. So the following explanations, unfortunately, I'll just cut it out because it's a crappy sound. I'm gonna jump ahead. Okay. So again, start game done. So the server is up. You're going to come here to, well, you're going to start Ravenhearst. Can use the mod launcher. I have a link just to speed things up. But you start your 7 Days to Die, Ravenhearst, Darkness Falls, whatever it is the game you want to play. And of course, the server has to have the same mods as what you're playing, right? When you come here, you're gonna join game and you're gonna have to connect to IP. And the IP is going to be 127.0.0.1. Again, 127.0.0.1. And the port is that first port we saw. Server admin. Yeah, this can be closed. It's this number here, server port 26900. So that's the port you want to connect to. And of course I put a password on the server, so you have to provide a password. It's gonna log in. In fact, you can look at the, yeah. So you can see here, allowing player ID with ID blah blah blah, request to enter game blah blah blah, slash blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. It's gonna wait for the server a little bit. It's transferring data and checking with each other and stuff like that. It's gonna take a while for it to log in, so I'll be back when I get there. Okay, because we put that comment on server information, and if you do not remember, I talking about this server login confirmation text, my server. So this is the server information. It's showing the text here. You can place whatever you want here. This basically just allows you to, before the game starts, it pauses, giving you the chance to continue or leave server. So if you're logging to the wrong thing, you might get a notice there. Or if you go drink a coffee while you wait, it won't start and send you directly to the game. Okay, so this is where my single player was. We have already done this thing, right? Now, so here's the other important number, 8080, right? So I'm gonna go here on this. I can close this. You're gonna type http://127.0.0.1. So http colon slash slash 127.0.0.1 colon 8080. Remove the last number, add 2, 8082. So it was 8080 here on the file. then you have to add 2, that's 8082. Okay? Um, all right. Let me get back here to the... So this is the map. You have to log in. And that's where that admin thing comes in. Close that file. So on saves, there is the server admin, right? This team ID here, that's going to control, well, it's going to control the things on the map. It's also control commands you can send on the server, like if I do debug menu, I can only do that because I'm server admin. If I was not, it would not work. So I'm gonna sign in here, and there I can turn on all these things here. So you can see all the zombies around me. There's a rabbit here and here and here. This is me. This is the stuff I'm carrying. This is a cheerleader, a mole, an Arlene T1, stripper filler. Which one is the stripper filler? That one zombies to the south and then to the side. Isn't that direction there? This is east. The rabbit. Oh, it's the one with the tattoo. All right. Okay. So now I'm playing on the server. If you never played on a server, there is something people call lag hits. The game is not as instantaneous as when you play single player, right? So sometimes I'm here and the zombie attacks me and I move away, but the server takes longer to notice that I move away, so the zombie ends up hitting me, despite the fact that it shouldn't really. Okay, so I can exit here. All right, so we are out of the game, but the server is still running. And if you try to play a single player game while the server is running, it's not going to work. So if you have this window open, which you get when you go to server config and you change terminal window enabled to true, then you get this window. You can click here on the gray bar and type shutdown. But if you do not do that, you forgot and you need to stop the server, bring the Windows thingy and search for Task Manager. So press the Windows key, type Task Manager, and it's going to have 7 days to die server on apps. Right click on it, click End Task. You can close that. You see the server went out. This thing was still showing here players offline. That was me, but now it's not doing anything. If I try to reload, it's not going to be able to reach the site because the site is off. Okay, so give me just a little bit longer and I'll be back. All right, the final changes here. So on the Ravenhearst server, in fact, I have to copy this because this is not the server I'm using. I created the directory here, zzz dcs changes. Place zzz, so it's going to be the last one. The order here is important, and it's alphabetical order. I have to copy this to my actual Ravenhearst 50 server. Come here on mods, paste this here. Now, if you want to know more about this, you go watch my 7 Days to Die modded series where I do get into these ideas of changing the game. Now, Ravenhearst is an overhaul mod. They don't support at all any changes made to the mod. Okay. Um, I'm doing these changes again because I cannot stand not being able to use nice looking furniture because it's so cramped I cannot fit anything in there. So I have some changes here. So inside the directory there's this mod info file. Um, any modlet needs a file like this. So there's this mod info file. And then I have blocks and loot. Blocks changes some bad repair recipes, fixes some bad repair recipes so that things can be repaired. Not all of them. There's some items that are lacking repair recipes, like the well. So you cannot repair it because there's no information about what materials would be used to repair it. But these ones, the mod was old and the repair materials were not corrected, so I'm fixing that. And Ravenhearst 5.1 does have this stuff fixed. Okay. The other one is here, these container sizes, and yep, that's it. That huge kitchen thing, which is very small, and the cabinets, which are incredibly cramped. And I just want to be able to use good furniture instead of using crates and secure chests, which are all 7 by 8. And there is even some stuff that is 8 by 8. The gun safe is 8 by 8. This should be the kitchen thing because it's a full block. It's like that block it's 2 blocks high. So if I'm using 2 spaces for one container, it should be big. Anyway, I have these changes here. And I'm going to start my server. And we're going to jump back in the game and look at the consequence of these changes. And also, while I was looking for this, I found 2 furniture blocks in Ravenhearst that are actually have a big container size. So we'll look into that. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, let's connect the server. Here. Right. Kitchen cabinets, same size. That is very annoying. And I will have to look at the server log and try to see what might have happened. I mean, there is one error. Well, it's a warning, it's not an error. Loading billboards, Ravenhearst icon, SMX menu with your screens, as if video players. It did not load my mod. Now, one possible reason is that it's saying here here. A warning, patch for blocks XML did not apply for repair items property name equal wood. So that one is not, it's not there, and that might be the reason why this thing does not work. But I'm gonna look at the storage options. Vintage closet, that's one of them. So hinges, planks, and nails. Hinges, nails, planks. Did I drop hinges here? No. There is one hinge somewhere on a trash in the desert. Okay, so again, vintage closets. That's one block that is supposed to be big. The other is a wooden cupboard. Cupboard. The question is, what's the cupboard? This is huge, right? Yeah. Let's count here in the corner. So it's 3 blocks high and 3 blocks wide. Like, yeah, I can place it here, for example. It's huge, but it's huge. So there's that. There is a dead piggy somewhere here. It's probably on one of the spikes. There. Sometimes this happens. Well, life of a pig is dangerous. I'm reloading my thing. Right. Kill this guy. I need to find out what's the name of the wooden cupboard. So again, on server there is no pause. So this isn't pause in the game. The game is still working. I do need to look this. I'm going to desktop. I'm going to go to the server. First of all, I'm going to change my locks thing. I'm going to remove the line that had an error. And hopefully this is going to make the mod work. Probably the server had an error on this mod, so it didn't send it to me. Instead of partially applying, it just didn't apply at all. Now, the other thing is, I want to come here to config. I'm going to open localization. I'm going to find container RH wooden cupboard 01. It's called rustic cupboard. It's called rustic cupboard. Cupboard. Rusty cupboard. Wow, it's huge. Huh? At least it has space for stuff. Might change the kitchen thing for it. Make just one. Yeah. Yeah. This is 2 by 2, which I think is the same size of the. Yeah, it's the same size of the. Actually, smaller than this guy here, but just because it has it goes a little bit up. So rusty cupboard, not a bad option. Not a bad option. It's also big, but keep it away for now. Okay, I made it. Well, go back up. I made the changes to my files, so I'm gonna exit, shut down the server, start the server, get inside the game again, and I'll see you back then. I'm on the server, so I don't need to leave Ravenhearst. I just need to shut down the server. All right, just come here, shut down, and then I can start it again. Yeah, this is what I'm using. I think it is. Yeah, server starting here, and this should close. So I'll see you in a little bit. Almost noon. Okay, so the space here is the same. 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is supposed to be bigger. It might be that kitchen cabinet. Might be that it remembers what size it was. Exactly. Okay. This needs fixing. There. Wonder how that got damaged. So there's all these cupboards that need replacing. Yeah. Now I have two. And they are the right size. Oh yes, a rabbit. Okay. Now, sadly, this won't work for these cupboards. No cupboard. So which cupboard was that one? It might have been this, or it might have been this. That's half size, definitely. And there are two, but I believe this is the one that we can craft. One thing I absolutely love on Satisfactory is that you can press Ctrl and then drag something, and it's gonna drag everything of that type. That I absolutely love. place this stuff here. Oh wow. It's actually full. Yeah. What's there space for more jalapeno? Yes. Guess I'll move potatoes here. Corn and potatoes. I'll leave them here. Now this guy here. That one might not have changed size. I really didn't pay much attention to it. Oh, damn it. On face. On face. Yeah, I knew there was a face that ought to work. Okay, so this cupboard doesn't have a modified size. I'm gonna place that here, but I think well, these things I'm going to place here. So here just finished food. And here we're going to get some of the ingredients. Probably move some stuff back to this one. The salad stuff, maybe. I don't know. At least now we have plenty space here for... when I move stuff around, rusty cupboard will be my friend. Let's mark this airdrop. Coal. Now this is where I spawned originally. Coal. A dungeon cemetery. There's a drop chest here. I think I know which one is that. One coal. Interesting. Kind of want to go loot, but I have a lot of stuff to do, you know? Stupid beef stew. So a lot of chicken ration. Tuna, tuna sandwich. I need bread for that. Gonna get bread soon. A lamb soup uses chicken soup. Beef stew uses stock. I'll run out of those things. Not enough insects for canned insects. Not enough spine seeds for the blueberry stuff. This cabinet can also replace. Just in case the microwave crashes to the ground. There. Okay, and this I'm going to keep on the ready food thing. Well, this goes here. I'm gonna take some pea soup. And I'm happy. I mean, there's that corner thing there. I do want to make it wider. I'm gonna make a note here. Corner cabinet size. Now, let's get serious. 49 might not be enough, so let's get this one. Not the leather. Okay. Yeah. Let's think of the clothes. I don't really like clothes here. Place it here. Do I have a quality 120 mining helmet? I do not. I can craft stuff at 120, right? Tradesman, yes. So let's do it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, put it there. I will need mechanical, electrical, not really. High definitely not. Some of this stuff I might need. But yeah, this. Okay. Flashlight, fine. Duct tape. Not enough duct tape, so get cloth. I'll make more duct tape. Resources, duct tape. And mining helmet. There. I also want to do mods. Let's begin with these guys here. Now this has tempered blades, so I cannot place... I have an extra here, right? Yeah, I have two weighted heads. I cannot place weighted heads. And pistol shouldn't have been here. I can't place this on the pistol. Weighted head, nailed bat. Maybe I'll make the laser sight just to add to weapons. Bunker buster definitely. Very cheap to make, but I have it. Cannot combine it. And this is the barbed wire mod. This one. 4 grip schematic. It's always use foam. It's armor stuff. I'm gonna leave the armor stuff for later, because it's not really adding anything right now. No, let's start with bunker bust. No, let's start with this. Structural brace. So I need lots of glues and springs. I'm gonna get all the springs. I'm gonna get glue. This is not enough glue. So I'm gonna get water. And I have the glass jars here. You know what? I just realized that this episode is going longer already. Yeah. I just wanted to finish the mod thing. That really was all. Um, so that being the case, this is going to be all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.